We shift our focus now to more breaking news that's just come in. Once again, the Nehru Papers controversy back in the spotlight. It's resurfaced as Union Minister Gajendra Shekhawat has stated that 51 cartons of Jawaharlal Nehru's documents, formerly taken by Sonia Gandhi in 2008 from the Prime Minister's museum and library, are still with Ms. Gandhi, despite multiple reminders from PMML, including recent ones in January and July 2025. They have gone unanswered, he says. He also stressed that these historical documents belong in public archives for scholars, researchers and citizens, and called for transparency, questioning why the papers are still withheld despite repeated requests. Now, why is it that we're looking this conversation once again back in the mainstream? Gajendra Shekhawat was replying to Congress General Secretary Jairam Ramesh's post. Jairam Ramesh took to social media. He said the truth placed before Lok Sabha is clear and on record. The Nehru papers were taken out in 2008 during the UPA period, when public institutions were often treated as family preserves. So that is the comment that's coming in now from Mr. Shekhawat, the Union Minister. In fact, he has also once again made an appeal to Sonia Gandhi to honour her commitment and return these papers to PMML so scholars, citizens and Parliament can access these crucial historical records. He also spoke of how the truth of Nehruvian times can be then examined objectively. This was his rebuttal to Jairam Ramesh of the Congress. That's how this conversation has resurfaced now. But do remember, the Ministry of Culture also cited a 29 April 2008 letter wherein it was requested that Sonia Gandhi wished to take back all of the private family letters and notes of the former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. And accordingly, the papers were sent to Gandhi. That's one thing that's been cited every now and then by several leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And they've been citing this one development in seeking these documents back from Sonia Gandhi. They say they're still with the Congress leader and must be sent back. They are crucial for research studies going forward. In fact, he's given a number. He says in reality, 51 cartons of Jawaharlal Nehru papers were formally taken back by the Gandhi family in 2008. I do want to go across to CNN News 18's Pallavi Ghosh, who joins us with more details. Pallavi, you established the fact that this is the response coming in from Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat to the post on social media by Jairam Ramesh. But how is he taking this forward? Because in the past as well, we've seen multiple times this appeal being made by several in the Bharatiya Janata Party.
See, Christine, there have been reminders which have gone in from the Nehru Memorial as well, and we are told that it went out another one, which is the fifth one last week. They are saying that these are a part of the documented history. They are not the personal collection, and therefore those letters must be returned by Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and her family back to the Nehru Memorial Library, and they are the real custodians. And yesterday, the Culture Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat made this point once again. The Congress's defense is that these are the personal correspondence between Jawaharlal Nehru and his family, and therefore this doesn't have to be a part of the documentation of the history. So you are going to see this war of words which are taking place between the two of them, but clearly both the Jawaharlal Nehru Library staff and the board members, of which the Prime Minister heads it, plus the other leaders of the BJP are clearly making this point that why is it that this personal correspondence was taken away by Mrs. Gandhi? What is the reluctance on the part of the Congress to return this back to them?
And the set of arguments which is being put forth by now, let's say, Minister Gajendra Shekhawat is no different than what we've heard in the past as well. Is there a formal process or procedure that can be expected to take place next? You've spoken of a fifth such move that has been made already. What next could happen, Pallavi?
See, you know, the Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya has documented the legacy and history of India of all the prime ministers from Jawaharlal Nehru to the present prime minister. And any of us who have visited the museum have seen that, you know, their papers, their public correspondence, the gifts they receive, the diplomatic engagements, all of them are a part of history, so that the younger generation who do not have any sense of this history, they get educated. That was the entire purpose behind it. Well, the PML keeps on meeting regularly. The Prime Minister heads it. And I remember in the last meeting, this issue was raised by one of the members, that despite the fact that we keep on sending letters to the Gandhi family, none of them even bother to respond to it. We heard what the Culture Minister had to say, that cartons have been picked up by the Congress family. And despite the fact that we send them repeated responses and correspondence, they are not responding. Well, the response which comes in from the Congress party on behalf of the Gandhis is that these are personal communication. They have personal details and they cannot be made public.
Thank you so much, Pallavi, for joining us with all those details. Let's see whether or not the Congress comes out with its own response to the latest question being raised by Union Minister Gajendra Shekhawat. Heading into a very short break with that, we'll be right back with lots more.